Over the last 16 months, I've been able to build and scale coaching businesses in different niches with different audiences, offers, price tags, and more, and get those to quite amazing results, like my client Shelly, who just in the first week of running his info offer made 14k in sales and now has an online academy with more than 130 people inside of it in just a few months, or Emma, who was struggling to make 1k per month with her coaching business and after just 30 days of working together was able to make 7k in sales in just 10 days. Or for example, Cole, who just launched his data-driven HR academy and made 2 sales for $1,000 in just 2 hours. Now, over this period of time, I've noticed something very interesting. All my clients already had everything they needed to succeed with their info businesses, but in all their cases, they were not able to scale for one of these 4 reasons. And if you're struggling to scale a successful coaching business, you want to keep watching because I'm about to break down for you all these mistakes they use to keep my clients stuck under 10k a month. Let's get into it. If you watch some of my content, you are probably already familiar with the theory of the 3 yeses. The 3 things your potential customers must say yes to in order to work with you. Now, this has been very helpful for me to actually understand what needed to be fixed in my clients' info businesses. The first element they use to keep most of my clients stuck is the outcome. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, the outcome is the specific results people will get by working with you. And now you might think, well, how can this be a problem for my business? Well, there are actually 2 main issues that I've seen happening the most for my clients. And again, this has been tested with 10 plus different niches, audiences, offers, price tags, and more. Either their outcome wasn't specific enough, and even worse, the outcome was not clear to their target audience. So, first thing first, I need you to understand that your outcome must be as specific as possible, because we want to attract sophisticated buyers, people that are specifically looking to achieve the result you provide. For example, let's say you are a personal trainer, and the outcome you provide is something like, I help people get fit and become strong. Well, this is way too generic. What you should say is that I help busy individuals lose 10 kilos in 90 days by training only 4 hours per week. And by doing that, you would already have defined 2 fundamental things. Number 1 is the specific target audience you help, and secondly, the result you will get them to. Also, and I know this might sound obvious, but you need to make your outcome clear. You must show your audience what you're doing and the specific result you provide. And all of this as a second goal too, which is not to waste time with unqualified leads. Because let's say you're helping people to lose weight and you meet someone who wants to become a professional bodybuilder. Well, that is not your ideal client profile. Why? Because you can't get them to the result they're looking for. And remember, you only serve those people you are sure you'll be able to help. Now, let's assume a stranger on the internet finds you, understand the outcome you provide, and that's exactly what they're looking for. Amazing, you got the first yes. Now, the second thing you need to get a yes to is your method. The specific vehicle you would use to take these people from A to B. And to get to the right method to properly serve your clients, we must work on the most important foundation of your coaching business, which is your offer. And people usually think that crafting an offer is easy. This is my experience. I just need to coach people one-on-one or give them this course, this resource, and that's it. But this is not how it works. First of all, you must understand that the perfect offer doesn't exist. A one-size-fits-all solutions are just a myth. Now, when working on your offer, you should always keep in mind 2 fundamental things. Number 1, your solution has to take your clients to their desired result. And secondly, it has to be scalable for you. Let's start from the first point. It may sound obvious, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Most people in the info space are just focusing on making some quick cash, and they don't even care about what their clients actually need to reach the desired result. And this leads to having unsatisfied clients, refunds, and a bad reputation. So please bear with me on this concept. Your primary focus must be to have your clients achieving the desired outcome. Also, because what's the point of having a profitable business if you're not doing it for the right reason? So now the question is, how do you actually create the best possible product in order for your customers to get to the result they're looking for? As said from the beginning, one-size-fits-all solutions don't exist. Let me make an example. If you're just selling digital products, let's say an online course, yes, you're probably giving your clients all your knowledge, but without the support they will get, for example, from a community or from a one-on-one support. On the other hand, let's say you're just selling one-on-one consultation because you think that this is the most valuable thing for your clients. And well, it will probably be, but this is not a scalable solution. As we all know, you have a limited amount of hours during the day, and this will translate into trading your time for money. That being said, these are the two solutions I've seen to work the best, both for me and for my clients. Number one, we have hybrid offers. As the name says, an hybrid offer is made of different elements in order to give your clients everything they need in one bundle. But please pay attention, selling an hybrid offer doesn't mean you're actually selling a one-size-fits-all solution, because an hybrid offer isn't just a one-on-one or a digital product or a community. It's a process, it's a complete offer, something that will support your customers in each necessary step of the process. For example, a 90-day offer including an online course, let's say to teach your clients foundations, and then the access to a private community with additional resources where you get support both from like-minded people and from the coach. One live group session per week, and let's say 2 one-on-ones per month. As you can see, this is a complete solution. We are not giving them a restrictive offer. And lastly, another beautiful aspect this time for your business is that this offer will be sold as a night ticket for more than $1,000 or even 2 and 3. The other option is offering different solutions and let the prospect decide what they will need based on their specific needs. And these are the 3 kinds of offer we usually go for. Number 1, we have the do-it-yourself solution. You give them the knowledge and they apply it. This usually means online courses, step-by-step guides, and other digital products. Number 2, we have the done-with-you offer. This is basically a mentorship. And lastly, we have the done-for-you solution, when you basically work as an agency for your client and you take care of most of the work. And this is a very scalable and sustainable model as well, because we go from low-ticket offers, so the do-it-yourself, to the mid and high-ticket ones, so the done-with-you and the done-for-you, where you'll have to invest more time into the delivery, but this time for a very high price. And so this doesn't mean to trade your time for money. And most importantly, you're giving your potential customers the chance to choose what will fit the best their specific situation. Quick bonus tip: your outcome and offer or method are fundamental when trying to scale a successful coaching business. But what I need you to understand is that what you want to sell is your experience. And with this word, I'm not talking about for how many years you have been doing this, or how many clients you have, or how much money you made. What I'm saying is that you should stop telling people what to do and instead start showing them what you did and what worked for you or for your clients. And why is this important? Because this then generates the most important thing in the entire process if you want to get more and new clients for your business. And we will get to this in a second. Now, after someone said yes to the result you will help them achieve and the method you will use to do that, why shouldn't they work with you? This is a deal done? Absolutely not. You're still missing the most important one out of the 3 yeses. And that is the yes to you. Because in 2026, if you can't get people to actually understand who you are and resonate with you as human beings, I'm sorry to say that, but they will never become your clients. Now the question is, how do you get trust from a stranger? Yes, trust is the element I was talking about just a minute ago. And that is the reason why I want to analyze the last 2 factors together, because they are strictly linked. And let's take a step back for a second. How do you share what you do online? And obviously the answer is through social medias. Now, the main problem with all of this is that most of the times people are still relying on the old way of scaling an info offer. An IG profile, sending prospects to a copy and paste landing page, spending ton of money on ads, hoping to generate some traffic, assuming that everyone is going to click and then trying to sell your offer based on a crazy guarantee. And so the first problem is how people are approaching the coaching space and how they're trying to sell their offers. And trust me, this is the worst approach to the info game ever. But this is finally coming to an end. People are starting to realize that this is not how you build a successful and scalable coaching business. And they are now all switching to the content approach. Now, your content ecosystem, aka your front page, is where people will find you and get a first impression of who you are, what you do, and if or how you'll be able to help them. But now that most people are, and I would say finally, transitioning to the content approach, there is a new, huge problem. Everyone is posting videos, but just a few of them are still creating content. What I mean by that, coaches and consultants finally understood that the best and healthiest way to win in this game is by using content. But they still don't know how to use it. Creating content doesn't mean to scroll through the algorithm, find an idea that worked well for others, take that concept and force yourself to rewrite it because it already worked. Creating content actually means to sit down, think on what you did, either for you or for your clients, what worked, take this concept and create different pieces of content for your ecosystem. And while doing all of that, the most important thing is showing people who you truly are. Be yourself, always include personal insights, opinions, and more in your content. And I know that most people don't recommend to include personal stuff in business stuff, but I've always been against this theory. What did we just say a few minutes ago? What's the number one factor that determines if a stranger will become a client or not? And that's trust. And how do you expect someone you don't know to trust you if you're not being 100% yourself in the first place? The whole point of having a content ecosystem instead of pushing hard on sales, as the old methods used to preach, is to have people actually aligning with who you are. People must see you as someone they can trust. Someone who's running a business with the genuine goal of actually helping people. The old methods generated a huge friction between buyers and providers, and now it's our duty to recreate this relationship and scale our businesses for the right reason, which is helping people. And if you want to scale a successful and genuine coaching business and you feel like you resonate with my approach and method and you'd like to know more, just comment or DM me on IG the word intention.